This is Get Real with Eddie, your source for everything real estate. From local market updates to national trends. From buying your first home to growing an investment portfolio, we're bringing you the knowledge you need to make smarter real estate decisions.
All right, welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. As you can see, we got another episode this week. Like I said, we're changing up the format with our new show. And of course, here with me is Nancy, and I wanted to talk home inspections today.
Okay.
I just had a client of mine save their backside. They did a sewer scope.
Mm-hmm.
Sewer line was collapsed.
Oh, snap.
And, you know, I don't always say, oh, you need to get a sewer scope. Usually a property inspection, radon are the two big ones.
So give us a profile of this said property.
So that's what caused me. There was trees in the front yard.
Mm-hmm. Older home. I want to say it was built in the 70s, 60s or 70s. I don't remember off the top of my head. 50 years old plus.
Yeah, with trees in the front yard.
Okay.
And it was on a crawl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Slabs and crawls actually freak me out, believe it or not.
Really?
Everybody freaks out on basements, but slabs and crawls, your sewer lines in most basements go out the sidewall. Come down, go out the sidewall.
Truth.
So I can access and do all this other stuff and whatever and fix stuff underneath. There was a individual I met when my son was 2 or 3. He had a place that he was renting over on the east side of Joliet off of Briggs Street.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was doing was he was taking those little tykes, little plastic play sets.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the 2.5 foot slide, you know.
Oh, yeah. The little cutesy.
For the toddlers and stuff.
Yeah.
He'd pick them up, probably out of the garbage. Who knows when people are throwing them out or whatever. Got them. He'd clean them up and then he'd resell them on Facebook Marketplace. Well, it's a piece of plastic. Do I want to spend $50 with a guy or $150 buying them brand new for something that's going to be 18 months of use? And that's basically what it was, because the kid was growing like a weed. He still is. So
they do that.
You know, I keep telling Mom, if you stop feeding him, he'd stop growing, but she keeps feeding him.
They get hungry. I don't understand.
No, I know.
This I do not understand.
I don't get it either.
They want light.
We feed our
they
kid.
Want food.
I'm joking. Anyways, he was renting because he had a house in Crest Hill.
Okay.
It was a slab. And he came home from work and he was sitting on the slab, sitting there. And all of a sudden, as he's sitting in the recliner, the whole thing collapsed. His whole foundation on the slab collapsed underneath him. Apparently, his clay tile had broke under the house. So every time they took a shower, they took a bath, they would flush the toilet, everything. All it was doing was washing the dirt out from underneath and basically created a sinkhole. So that goes back to my client. When we get to this house, so because of
that's
this,
scary.
I always push a sewer scope on a slab because you have to drill the concrete to fix it.
Yeah.
Where if it's a basement, it's going out. Now, a crawl space, you don't have to do it because usually you can get under there, work, and get in.
I was going to say, you can usually get underneath there, and most of the inspectors can get underneath there. And in fact, we turned up.
Well, and usually
leaking sewer. I mean, like it was leaking, the pipe was leaking sewage.
In the crawl space. And I have gone into crawl spaces. Now, I didn't go into the crawl space on this one.
You go into crawl spaces. I do not.
Yes, I know.
Just so we know.
I know.
That's the inspector. That's what they do.
Yes. I don't really go in there. I just stick my head in there. Okay. All right. So this one, we couldn't find the entrance when we were showing. So I was thinking it was maybe because I've seen crawl spaces that are 6 inches.
Yeah.
Now this one's not. It's a good 4 foot crawl. You can get down there.
Real crawl.
Yeah. It's a nice
true crawl.
A true crawl. It's a nice setup. It really is. But like I said, because of I was worried about okay, how much space, blah 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 blah. I think you should do the sewer, and we did the sewer line, and it was collapsed. And
nice save.
For those that don't know, a sewer line replacement is probably around $10,000.
I was going to say 15 even.
In this case, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but the seller's agent did say they had a quote from somebody for over $30,000. Now, both me and him said, oh, they are ripping them off.
Yeah.
Complete rip off.
Yeah. That's usually, when you shop around.
Yeah. So
always get 3 quotes, people, no matter what you're doing. It's really smart to get 3 quotes. Just putting that out there.
But right now we're back into multiple offers.
Yeah.
So that brings up the question, do you waive inspections? Again, I know what my answer is, and I know what your answer is, but I'm going to let you give you your answer first.
I would never in a billion years advise a client not to get an inspection.
And that's where I'm at too.
You might decide to not request repairs.
Yes.
But always, and even if you're in the trades, and I've had plenty of clients that have been in the trades.
Yeah.
Get your inspection. It's extra eyes on a property. It's somebody trained to do it and look at things that you may or may not look at. Get that inspection.
Well, let's touch on the trade aspect first off. You're in the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe you're a carpenter, you're a plumber, you're an electrician, but you're not an expert on the other ones.
Right.
All right.
It's like a doctor. Okay, they're a brain surgeon. Brilliant. All that stuff. But I don't want him repairing a knee.
No.
I don't want him doing my knee replacement.
No, absolutely not.
So why would you think that just because you're an expert in your field, you are an expert necessarily in someone else's?
So that's the first aspect.
Okay. That's my thought.
The second is I want to touch on, for those that are not in the Chicago market, because, you know, as real estate agents, we like to throw around vernacular like it's everybody understands it. No requests. In your market, it might be as is. In this market, it used to be considered as is, and then they rewrote we have a multi-board contract that everybody uses in the Chicagoland market. And this multi-board contracts actually breaks out as is and the inspection options. So when it comes to inspections, you have 3 options. A, I'm not doing inspections at all. I'm waiving inspections. We don't recommend that.
Never. I will never recommend that.
B, I'm going to do inspections. And when I find something wrong, I'm going to ask you if it's a material defect. In our contract, I can't say, hey, the furnace looks really old. It works, but it's old, so we want a new one. It's not how it works in our market. I don't know about other real estate markets. I just know about mine. So, but if there was, let's say, a cracked heat exchanger on the furnace, okay, we could ask for it to be repaired or replaced. And then they may counter back.
That's a material defect. And that furnace might get shut down, depending.
Yeah.
Had that happen on an inspection.
Yep.
That's awkward.
And for those that are wondering why the heat exchanger would shut down, the inspector would shut because it's leaking CO into the house.
Yep.
At that point. If the CO is coming because it's leaking in through the vent and it's putting it into the vent. That almost happened to my wife. You know that. Cat saved her life. Wasn't the heat exchanger, it was the water heater.
Oh.
So we'll come back to that in a second. So you've got as is, or, you've got, I'm not doing any inspections at all. I'm going to do inspections and make the request. And then the last aspect is where the as is kind of ties in, or where it used to be. And that is, I'm going to do inspections, but I don't have a right to request anything if I find something wrong. I have a right to walk away, cancel the deal.
Right. It's a take it or leave it.
Yeah, it's take it or leave it.
It's take it or leave it.
And I think that's the big key. When you look at the amount of money my client saved by doing the inspection.
Oh, yeah.
by making that call and getting the sewer scope done, I mean, it could have been disastrous for them, especially especially being a first-time homebuyer.
Oh, would have put them right behind the 8 ball. Oh, nobody wants to start out like that.
Yeah. So I honestly, I am leaning more towards doing these sewer scopes now. And I know everybody's like, you get some people that are anti-inspection. Oh, they just trashed the deal. No, it doesn't. Everything can get fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, let me correct that. In my opinion, almost everything can get fixed. Yes. Water penetration and structural issues, you can put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into it and still not fix the issues. Yeah. And at that point, you could spend more than what the value of the house is worth and not fix the issues. So, hey, don't forget, Joliet Junior College Planetarium is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Check out their website. Just do a Google search for JJC Planetarium. It is an outstanding educational event to go to. Their high definition Sky Dome projector is just outstanding. Caitlin runs all the shows there and is amazing on teaching about the stars, the sky, and all of the bodies that are out in the universe. So it's definitely a pretty cool show. Check it out online at JolietJuniorCollegePlanetarium.com. Just look for that, and they will get everything set up and ready to go for you. Back with the inspection aspects, which ones are you recommending right now?
It depends on the property.
Okay.
If it's a 10-year-old property, and it's on a slab, I don't necessarily think it needs a scope. It's 10 years old.
Yeah, the sewer scope should be okay. Should be. That doesn't mean that something didn't get screwed up, because I was talking to the inspector and they're like, yeah, we had one that was brand new construction we were going through this one that I've been referencing. And she's like, we had one that was brand new construction and they ran a tractor across the front yard and they crushed the actual line for the sewer on brand new construction.
Oh, snap.
So, I mean,
chances are. So, but definitely your general inspection, absolutely.
Yes, general property.
Yes, general property. If there's some issues or something looks hinky, mold, if it's an older property and there's some suspicious
substances, black stuff.
Yeah, definitely recommend a mold. Like I said, just kind of depends on the property. I have brought in structural engineers to look at foundations.
I will do a property inspection recommendation on everything. I will do radon.
Oh, radon. I'm sorry. I didn't even think. Radon. Yes, absolutely.
I don't do radon in new construction. I tell my clients, I'm like, because you're not going to get a radon reading. Because they just dug the foundation, they disturbed the ground, they freed all the gases. By the time they get the house built, boom, boom, and you get the selling, I don't think, from everything I've learned, I'm like, you can do a radon if you'd like, but the odds are, you're not going to get a reading.
And a lot of them, the new construction have passive.
All of them.
Passive systems.
By law, they have to have a passive system.
So, yeah. So I'm not so much with the new build.
Yes.
But everybody else.
Well, and you also can save money, because I can go to, Menards or Home Depot or whatever and get a radon test for $45 or $50. It's $200 to have it done to $250 professionally.
Yes.
All right. What's the difference? You get your results in 24 hours. That's the difference. And we need those results in 24 hours because of the contractual agreements and everything that's out there.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I'll be honest, new construction, it's hard to do inspections. A lot of these builders are not allowing them to come in with an inspector. So trying to do a radon test, trying to do a sewer scope, trying to do a property inspection, a lot of times I'm looking at my clients and going, calm down, relax. We're going to still do inspections. You're just going to do inspections between month 6 to 10
I was just going to say.
after you close.
Yeah.
Because you have a 12-month warranty. So with that being said, that's when you can have your radon test done from Menards to find out if the system's working.
Or professional.
You can still do a professional one if you want. Yeah.
Your choice.
You could do, you have your professional inspector come through. Now it's better to get that professional inspection done prior to drywall going up, because they can see where all the lines are. They can see where everything's been tucked in and tied in together and everything like that. But like I said, getting that done with some of these builders,
A lot of pushback.
there's a lot of pushback. I don't think it's right.
And I understand. They're on timelines. That's their big excuse. That's their excuse. However, that's their excuse. However, if I'm purchasing a home, I wanna make sure by my people
Yeah.
that it's up to par.
Yeah. So I do property. I do radon. The sewer scope, I'm really starting to lean to. You talked about mold. Now, mold is more of what they call an air quality test. So they'll take 2 samples. You can have more, but it costs more. But they'll take 2 samples from different parts of the house. It's a little machine that pumps them into this little vial. I've seen it done. And then they take 1 from outside. And what they're trying to do is look and see if the air quality is the same or better than what's outside. If it's lower, they've got concerns.
Yeah.
All right. But if it's the same or better, they're fine. So that's an issue. You can do lead. I've never had lead or asbestos done. Both of those kind of fall in the same thing. Those are interesting inspections.
Yeah.
Because you have to actually damage the property to do that inspection. If you detect lead paint, you have to, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. We're going to have to get an inspector. You have to scrape off a little paint sample to send it in. Well, now I've scratched the wall or I've damaged.
Well, and
it's the same thing with asbestos.
As long as it's encapsulated, it's not an issue. It's when you're tearing things out.
Yes.
So if you're
when it goes airborne, that's
yes,
I can hold it in my hand and I'll be fine from my understanding.
If it's encapsulated.
Yes.
Once it gets airborne.
Once it gets flaky and I can breathe it in.
Now you got a problem.
That's when it's cancer causing.
Yes.
So
if you were to, maybe you don't necessarily need that asbestos when you move in, but let's say 5 years down the road, you want to do a major remodel and you have some suspicious something in the basement. Like a lot of these tiles and things, if they were
the 9-inchers.
Yeah, the 9-inch tiles back in the 50s, 60s, that kind of thing. And you're going to disturb them and not just cover over them.
Yeah.
You better have it tested.
Yeah.
My suggestion would be to, if you're going to start tearing things up, know what you're getting into.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you know, what's funny is getting those tiles removed is not as expensive professionally. I've gotten quotes. Getting mold taken out is not that as expensive. It's a couple grand, but it's not like it's $100,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So,
but if they're doing it professionally, then they're not getting it into, because you don't want to get it into your filtration system, into your air ducts.
Yeah, I agree.
So you got to be really careful about this stuff.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that's a good call. So, all right. Anything else? Any other thoughts on inspections?
Do them.
I think so. I think you do your inspection. Whether
you can save you a couple $100 or a few $100, I should say, because they're not cheap.
No, you can get it with with radon property and the sewer scope. You're close to $1,000. You're just under $1,000.
But it can save you multiple thousands.
I agree.
And I've seen it. You've seen it.
Yeah. Because
more than once.
In this case, it saved my client 10 times over.
Yeah. Like that furnace that was installed upside down. Just saying.
How do you install a furnace upside down? Oh, we didn't finish my wife and her cat. So the wife had a water heater installed, and they didn't install the flue correctly. So it was.
So this was a house she was inspecting?
This was a house that she lived in, her condo.
Oh, okay.
And she came home and she was like falling asleep on the couch and just like all of a sudden got all lethargic and woozy. And then the cat came out and the cat was walking and she could see the cat was like looking like she was drunk, and she realized what it was, immediately walked up, whipped open the sliding glass door in her condo, she said, because this is before me. And, instantaneously the fresh air like snapped her out of it and she realized what it was.
Oh, she lucky.
She got lucky.
She got really lucky.
Yeah, really lucky.
Really lucky.
So, yeah, and they fixed the flue and got it all straightened out on the water heater.
Wow.
But yeah, so make sure everything's checked and make sure you got those CO2 monitors and fire alarms in that property, because I think those go with inspections hand in hand, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
So they even have radon sensors now. I saw that in one of the houses.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's a little sensor, and it actually gives you a live radon reading. It was down in the basement, I saw.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I think so. I mean, you're going to have radon in your house. The radon systems don't get rid of all of it. It just keeps it to an amount where your body can process it.
And two, it changes.
Yes.
What radon is decaying uranium.
Correct.
So you might be just at the top of the level of it, and when you test it and you move in, everything's fine. But as things decay and more stuff's released, it might not be okay in a couple of years. So,
all right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at getrealwitheddie.com.
Thank you for listening to Get Real with Eddie. We appreciate you spending part of your day with us. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit from the conversation. The views and opinions expressed by the host and guests are for informational purposes only and do not constitute legal, financial, tax, or real estate advice. Every situation is unique, so please consult the appropriate licensed professionals regarding your individual circumstances. Eddie Ruettiger, the guests, and affiliated parties assume no responsibility or liability for any decisions or actions taken based on the information shared in this program. Get Real with Eddie is hosted by Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker and owner of Exit Real Estate Specialists. Eddie is licensed in the state of Illinois, license number 401014247. Exit Real Estate Specialists is located at 2405 Essington Road, Unit I, Joliet, Illinois, 60435, and is an equal housing opportunity brokerage. Each Exit office is independently owned and operated. Interested in buying, selling, investing, or launching your real estate career? We'd love to hear from you. Visit Get Real with Eddie. Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and as always, get real with Eddie.